Spring is such an interesting time of the year in the garden. Everything is waking up and it is getting more colorful every day. This footage is from the middle of March and it is a big contrast to what our garden was like when you last saw it. In February it looked very dead. There were no colors and we couldn't wait till it started changing. So of course we are glad it's so different just a month later. And this is just the beginning. The change will accelerate, and in this video we'll show you how it was going and what we've been up to in the first half of spring.
We have a new helper in our garden, and it's a garden shredder in English apparently. We've already tried it and it seems to be working. We're very happy with it, so now we're gonna demonstrate.
Let's demonstrate.
It basically shreds chopped wood into chips, I guess it's called.
Wood chips or
Yeah.
something like that.
Like so.
Show us.
So far it's working perfectly, and it creates these wood chips. And we can then use them for mulching around our trees and shrubs, or we can use them on our garden beds as mulch and fertilizer at the same time.
So that's cool.
Until now we didn't know what to do with all the wood that we chop off everywhere and cut.
Yeah, when we prune
Yeah.
the trees mainly.
Yeah, and so we had to either burn it or we kept throwing it onto this pile, and the pile kept growing. So no more. Fortunately, the device is very safe. The shredding mechanism is very deep, like somewhere here. So we can still work here and not worry about our fingers being shredded as well.
Yeah.
Quite heavy. It's a lot of branches.
It's almost full.
We decided to test it here around our Kamchatka honeysuckles.
Honeyberries.
All the honeyberries are mulched and we thought we have so much, oh my god, but no, it's gone. We would even need more here for these 3 shrubs. So our garden would eat up tons and tons and tons of wood chips. It looks nice and we'll see how the honeyberries will do. Hopefully they will be happy, but we would need so much more. But I'm glad the machine is working and we are using our own material from our garden. That's great. March went by quite quickly. Maybe it doesn't look like it since it was often quite windy, but it was very warm in Central Europe. Temperatures were above average by a lot and all the plants were progressing very fast. The work in the garden never ends. Here we opened up our compost bin after 4 years and we finally wanted to make use of the compost. The bin is not the best, so the quality of the compost could be better, but we still decided to put it mainly on our garden beds to make the soil better. We'll see if there is an improvement when all the veggies are planted and start growing. Just 2 weeks later, at the beginning of April, there was another explosion of flowers. So many more of them were showing up and temperatures were rising like crazy.
Also, the fruit trees started blooming, and the garden was so beautiful, decorated with all the delicate blossoms.
It looks so beautiful. Look at all the trees in bloom. Wow. This is absolutely amazing. I love spring when everything is so beautiful.
It's the beginning of April. Today is the 7th of April, but it looks like it's the end of April. We were comparing pictures and videos to last year, and we're basically 3 weeks ahead.
Yeah.
It's been unusually warm since February already, and you can notice it all over the garden. Everything is in bloom. The plums, which sometimes don't bloom at all, are all blooming heavily.
Mm-hmm.
The cherry is blooming, the green gage is blooming. It looks like this year the harvest should be really plentiful, unless some unexpected frost comes and destroys everything.
Yeah.
Here's our new addition of flowers for this year. I planted 100 bulbs of daffodils and tulips secretly, without Peter knowing, last
Yeah.
autumn. And we came here and suddenly it was all in bloom like this, and we were like, wow. Even I didn't remember what exactly I planted. It's so colorful, so many shades. I love it.
It looks absolutely amazing. I was just walking here. I came after a week and I saw this and I was like, wow, oh my god, what the hell is this beauty?
I was like, wow, as well.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Not all of them are blossoming yet. Some of them are still growing. So it might be even prettier in a week or so, but at the same time some of them will stop flowering, I guess. So,
We are still waiting for more beauty.
yeah. I already can't wait now for the next years when, you know, new bulbs will grow and it will be thicker and there will be even more flowers.
Yeah.
Our cherries that we planted 4 years ago already are in bloom too. But that big one, that is the queen of our garden now. These are smaller cherries and it looks so pretty.
You can still eat them. We ate them previous years. They are tasty, just smaller.
Yes.
So it's not really worth working with it, but you just eat it raw.
And you can see in the neighboring gardens all the trees are blooming. There is white everywhere and it's so cool. Come here. Here we have our pear that we planted a few years ago and it's also in bloom. So that's amazing.
Our fritillaries seem to be doing quite well. Last year they were flowering for the first time, and I think there are 3 bulbs in the ground and each of them had 1 stem with flowers, and this year there are 2 for each, so they are propagating.
Yes.
It
This
looks
is
richer now.
yeah, this is what we love, that there is more and more and more.
Yeah. We planted several blackthorns in our hedge all over the property, and this one is the tallest. It's doing the best and it's full of blossoms this year.
Yeah,
It looks amazing.
so pretty.
That's another one. The previous one died, so we had to plant a replacement. So it's much smaller, but all of them seem to be blossoming this year. And more plums are blossoming everywhere. These are quite reliable. We usually harvest plums here, even though last year we had almost none. But this year they seem to be very happy. And even like trees behind the property everywhere are blossoming.
Yeah.
Everything is blossoming.
We are quite nervous because in April it's quite common that colder episodes of weather appear. Frost is not uncommon. So it's quite a big risk when everything is awakened so early in the year. We are 3 weeks ahead of normal time, normal blooming time. So we are hoping that
everything will be okay, there won't be any big frost and everything will survive, because otherwise it would be a catastrophe and there won't be any fruits.
This year we tried something new with our potatoes. We planted them in this big pile of hay. We had tried it before, but always just on a smaller scale, with a few plants. Now we went all in. It's much easier to plant them this way, and they usually grow nice, and the harvest is bigger than when they are in the soil, which is not the best quality in our garden. And it's easier and cleaner to harvest them. So we'll see how it goes, but it shouldn't be a total disaster.
We are on a walk and we found dinner. There are a lot of these linden trees. They are quite common here in the Czech Republic, and it's spring now, so the leaves are appearing and they are very green and young. Look here. And you can eat them. So we decided we are going to make salad and put these leaves into it.
And by we decided, we mean Peter decided.
Yes, because I know what I'm doing. There are a lot of nutrients and all these green colorings and everything. It should be very healthy. We don't want to damage the trees, but look, there is this area with these, they are called suckers. So it's not the main tree, but just these branches that are here on the ground. They are not wanted. So that's why we can pick quite a lot of these leaves and it will be amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, you can only eat these leaves when they are very young. These ones don't have any bitter aftertaste or anything, so that's why they are going into our salad. We've never had it, so it will be a first, but I'm sure it will be amazing.
Peter assured me it's not poisonous, so that's what I care about the most.
No, this is not poisonous. You make tea out of linden flowers and also leaves later, so this is totally okay and I recommend. Have quite nice amount, not huge, but it's nice. This won't be the main part of the salad. We will add spinach, but this tastes similar to lettuce, which is great and cool, and I'm really looking forward to it.
We also started filling up our raised garden beds. It takes a lot of material. We put a lot of organic matter at the bottom, various branches and dry trimmings from the garden. It should gradually decompose and add nutrients to the plants. We also had to add a lot of soil. Luckily, we had a lot of it as leftovers from when we had been planting blueberries into enormous holes. It was quite a lot of work, filling the wheelbarrow with the soil and going many times from the barn to the end of our garden. But hard work usually brings results, so we stayed motivated.
The raised garden beds are ready, I think. We added a lot of soil, and on top of that I added grass, and here is also alfalfa, so there is organic matter and it will decompose and it will make the soil better, and we will add more over the time. You should always add more and more mulch, and then it decomposes and so on.
And on to our next project, our garden pond, which Tommy had started digging during the winter months. We opted for a pre-formed garden pond. It's a plastic structure which you put into the hole. Sounds easy, but precision is key. The pond must be placed on a flat surface to ensure it sits straight and level. So we took our time to measure everything accurately.
Our little garden pond is in the ground. We put it in yesterday. We were putting soil and sand around it back in the hole to put it firmly in place, which we did. And now we want to put at least a little bit of water in to test it, that nothing will happen, or I don't know. We just want to make sure that it will work.
Yes, but we need to be careful, and we will add water gradually, not all at once, so it won't be full, and we will see what happens.
I think today we'll just make it half full approximately and leave it that way for a bit to settle down.
Yeah, okay, so let's do that.
For now this should be enough water. We're keeping it about half full, maybe even a little bit more. It seems to be holding, nothing's changing, the form is staying the same.
No cracks or anything for now.
We will leave it like this for now. There are still a lot of things ahead of us. For example, because our property is not straight, flat. Here it's a little bit more above ground than on that side, so we will have to do the surroundings, put more soil around it so it looks pretty. We will want to buy some plants, some water plants that we will put inside to keep the water clean or cleaner from algae and stuff like that. And we will plant some things around it as well, remove the extra soil and so on. So still a lot of things to do, but we are doing it step by step. We are not in a hurry.
Yes, and we are looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But we'll see when that will be.
I'm sure by summer it will be ready.
Okay, good to hear.
And for now, that's it. Next time we will continue our garden adventures. There are some dark clouds on the horizon, but that is a story for another time. For now, let's enjoy the spring beauty. If you liked the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and see you guys next time. Bye!